Have any queries here? Any questions there? Is it interesting? Right? I will take the third one. Every one of us fascinated about iPhone, right? iPhone, iPod, iPad, many. And who is the man behind this Apple iPhone? Steve Jobs, right? I think we should give a big round of applause to your friend. Steve Jobs' story is also not very, his success or rather his journey is not very smooth. There were many hardships. He was born to the parents who were not married. Of course, it's a part of the culture in US. The two students who are doing their graduation in the college and they have given the birth to the Steve Jobs. And then they could not afford to feed this boy and all, and they have given to somebody else for adoption. That's how dogs have come into the picture, the name. And then he was going to the college, and then the schools if they are completed. The parents were able to give him the education. And then he could not, he was doing the graduation in the Reeds school. I mean, it's a business school, and then he could not continue because of the financial troubles that the family is facing. He dropped out from the school and then he joined in one of the technology firms as a technician. Then he was mentally disturbed. Then to get this spiritual advice, he has come to India, spent here for months, then gone back, joined in one of the computer clubs, and wherein we got connected with one more friend who is very keen in technology. And these two have started manufacturing their Apple product where at the garage of the parent. Garage is a place where we put our cars. That's when these two have come together. And Steve Jobs left the job that he was doing and then joined with another friend. And in the garage, they started developing the product. Steve Jobs' work is design the product. The other one is to make the product manufactured. Then the Apple one has come into the picture. Then Apple 2 was commercially successful. Then Macintosh has come into the picture. Then the Apple company has founded and then they have gone for the public issue, got funds, and by the age of 25, it has become one of the billionaires. Then, when Apple is doing good, he got in a struggle with his CEO. All these are founder, but there was differences with the CEO. Then he left Apple and then started another two firms for about 8 to 9 years. He has operated or doing the job with other two companies. Then subsequently, Apple again has asked him to come back, join with the Apple, and joined as an interim CEO and subsequently has become the CEO. And the two companies that he started acquired by the Apple. Then health issues have started. Pancreas cancer has affected him, and then he was struggling, and then liver transplantation was done. Of course, he married and then blessed with the two kids, and then finally he could not survive at the age of 56. He died due to that pancreatic cancer. But even today, we talk about Steve Jobs, we talk about Apple phone, we talk about the products of the Apple. He was pioneer in technology. He was pioneer in the bringing out the mobiles. He is pioneer in bringing out the iPod, iPad, and the computer with a graphical interface. It's a high-end one. So the entire credit goes to him. Now, from these three stories, let's have some learnings of this, right? Um, what is the first quality that you can see from these three stories? एक कौन सा क्वालिटी है ये तीनों में कॉमन? Never give up. I think आपका प्रिंसिपल भी वो स्वामी विवेकानंद का जो कोट है ना, arise, awake, stop not till you reach your goal. So these guys have got the quality of never giving up. In case you wanted to be successful in life, you should not give up any activity that you have taken. Now you are joined here for education, right? और कुछ तकलीफ होगा, कुछ डिफिकल्टीज होगा, लेकिन छोड़ना मत. You should not give up your studies at any cost. जो स्टडीज आप पढ़ रहा है उसके साथ आपको नॉलेज आएगा. You will get the knowledge, and that knowledge will make you to be a sensible human being. A sensible human being जो होता है वो दिमाग से सोचता है. You have to use your thinking, and then you should. That thinking will help you to decide what is right, what is wrong. Otherwise, अनपढ़ जैसा बिहेव होता है और जो अनपढ़ करता है ना, आप मत करो. All wrong things, harmful to the society. These things should not happen. The knowledge that you are gaining, the education that you are receiving, will help you to behave as a sensible human being, and wherein you are going to be an asset to the society. It should not be a liability to the society. Right? So the first quality, in case you wanted to be successful, is never give up of your thoughts, actions. Right? Now, what the second one? Confidence. Okay. I will put this one in a slightly different manner. The belief system that you build, that makes you to be successful. और जो belief system होता है ना, वो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा confidence भी देता है. एक confidence के साथ आप जो करना चाहते हैं कर सकते हैं. Whatever you feel like doing, you can do it. But the belief system will be developed only if you are doing your things correctly. I will tell you a small example to understand this belief system. In some parts of India, in some religious communities, people walk on the hot coils. Coils? Yeah, in some parts of India, you will observe that people walk on that. Okay, it's a very hot, burning, but still they walk on that. How it happens is because of the belief system that they have got. So, in the same manner, you people also should develop the belief system, and wherein whatever you are planning to do, you can do with that confidence that's required. Okay. You should believe in yourself. You should trust yourself. You should educate yourself so that you can move forward. Take the case of Srikant Gautam, the belief system that he has got, he can do the things. Same case with the Steve Jobs. Though he found many challenges, but still never given up his belief system. And the same case with Arvind Sinha. The belief system that she developed has made her to climb the Mount Everest. The first one is you should not give up. Second one is the belief system. Right? What is the third one? Hard working. It should become a habit for you, hard working. It should not be a sporadic activity or rather थोड़ी देर के लिए काम करेगा बाद में छोड़ देगा और शुरू करेगा वो ऐसा मत जाना है वो तो कंटिन्यूअसली होना है it should be a continuous activity the hard work must be a continuous one it should become one of your habits आजकल habits बहुत affect कर रहा है अभी कॉलेज से देख रहा है हमारा कॉलेज में भी आपको इधर सुबह कितना बजे शुरू होता है क्लास को you're great then earlier we used to start our classwork at 9:30 but still we used to find some of the students coming late जब हम पूछता है उसको और रिस्पांस क्या होता है कि सर रात को हम सोए नहीं नींद आया why because they are habituated to such kind of things for some reason or the other they don't get into the early sleep or early bed and they don't get up early अभी having stayed किया अभी हमारा कॉलेज 8:30 से शुरू होता है क्लास अब बहुत ज्यादा लोग लाइफ पे आ गया बोल रहे हैं सर why have you changed the timings 9:30 is much better now what I am trying to say is that the जो habits जो होता है उसको change करना पड़ेगा otherwise it's going to affect a lot I'll take one small example here there's a boy it's a real story he got the habit of playing PUBG. Whenever he finds a free time, then he plays. Yesterday in the airport, while we were standing in a queue to board the flight, I've seen one guy, around 30-35 years. They very seriously, there was a call to board the flight, but this man is so involved. तो एक बंदा को भी ऐसा पबजी खेलने का आदत है फाइनल ईयर में है जॉब का इंटरव्यू 2 राउंड्स में क्लियर किया थर्ड राउंड में एचआर इंटरव्यू ऑनलाइन और टेलीफोन इंटरव्यू है एंड देन उसका टाइम he was just waiting for the call from the HR and in the interview process sometimes it may get delayed because of some but some candidate they spend more time he started playing PUBG and then finally when the HR made a call they were not able to connect him because his phone has got hacked and then he lost the opportunity then we were inquired the college inquired that said that's PUBG खेल रहा है मोबाइल पर हैक हो गया कोई कॉल नहीं see that how these habits are going to cause so today in the interview process they are tracking and asking you questions on the habits also and now I was talking to one of the companies and then they were saying today they are going for a medical test also, not like the normal medical test, the drugs. ड्रग्स का भी टेस्ट कर रहा है, ब्लड सैंपल लेके टेस्ट कर रहा है. If somebody has consumed or they have the habit, then now the companies are going to reject them also. Okay, this is a bad habit, right? So you should not get into the wrong habits or the bad habits. You always should cultivate the good habits so that you can be successful. You can do what you want to do. Now, three हो गए ना, three qualities, and then fourth one. Consistency. 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 Okay. You can say this habits, consistency. These are all because it goes together. It's a hand to hand. The habits will develop only if you are consistent. If you are, your habits will be developed only based on your consistency. If somebody has got the habit of reading the books, then it will become a habit. नहीं पढ़ रहा है, कभी नहीं पढ़ रहा है, वो तो habit नहीं होगा, right? Now, the other one is the most important one is the strategy or आपकी अंदर से planning. Whatever you want to do for that, you have to have a plan. Assume that you wanted to go for a public service examinations after your graduation. Now for that, unless you plan it very, very meticulously, unless you strategize yourself very properly, cracking that exam is a big challenge. Recently, you must have heard in the papers that there was a positions for Air India has announced that they wanted to have people to handle their cargo related aspects. They are called for the walk-in interviews at Bombay. Thousands of people have applied. There are only limited number of positions, but thousands of people have come up, but wherein they literally call the police personnel to control the crowd, and finally they have postponed the interview process because they were not able to manage. Why I am saying this point is competition तो बहुत ज़्यादा है. Competition तो इतना बड़ा है. Unless you plan it, you cannot crack it. There's one more instance where one of the state governments have invited applications for sweepers or the sub-staff positions. Lakhs of applications received, and with various degrees, BCom, BSc, engineering, MCom, MSc, all people have applied, lakhs. But only few opportunities will be there. So, unless you plan and strategize yourself, you cannot move ahead in the life. So, for strategy or for building the plan, you have to collect the information that is required. Take for example, when you want to go for a higher studies, then first you should find out what are all the various courses available, where is these institutions are located, how is the college, how is the faculty, and all that information you should collect. And also you should collect the information of what kind of entrance exam you should write to get admission. Is it only a marks based or entrance based or the combination of it? You have to collect all the information. And then you should, today in the internet you will find a lot of information. But you have to have the right information. Or you should collect the information that is relevant and necessary for your activity or for your goal. Then only you can plan properly and then do your activity. Then the last quality is you need to have proper communication skills, or whether I would call it as a mastery of communication. Here, mastery of communication means, sir, हम जो बोलता है बात कर सकता है, that's the one aspect. There are two aspects. Talking to the people is the one aspect. The other one is talking to the self. सर उसको पागल बोलता है. Yes, you may. Certain cases you will call, but unfortunately that's not true. See, you need to talk to yourself in the sense you have to give right signals to your brain. That's what, how you are processing information, how you are feeding yourself, and what kind of thinking process you are developing. All this will come for internal talking. One is talking to the external, other one is talking to internal. Especially, when you are not in your speed, or in a sense, when you are not feeling well, depressed, that's the time. You should talk to yourself. And you should find the positive strokes of the positive information. And you should motivate yourself so that you will come out from that negative thoughts or negative feeling, and then you can come out from the depression and then do well. Okay. These are all different qualities that are required for everyone to be successful. Is it clear? Now, I am closing the session. Before that, if you have any questions, if you need any clarity, I love to give the clarification or the explanation for that. On any aspect, we need not confine to only this. On any aspect, you can. Now we are going to give you a small piece of paper that has got certain statements. It is basically to understand yourself, what is your career preparedness. Okay. And then, you need not return to us, it is for you only. And you can fill those forms and then we will try to give you certain insights of it so that you can think and make the right decision for your career. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Education and hard work is the key to success, and your guide is saying meaning to us. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your warm words. Moving ahead, as we know, the best way to predict the future, the best way to predict the future is to create it. With this time, it's our pleasure to invite Arpan Banerjee, sir, Assistant Professor of Foreign Institute of Management, to please come on the dais for your words. Give a huge round of applause for him. Once again, give a huge round of applause.
Hope I'm audible to all of you. Yes. The kind of sessions that I take generally as a session में लेता हूँ, it's very difficult that I stand there from the podium and I do it, right? It has to be an interactive session. It cannot be a monologue, right? So I'm not here to tell you something. I'm not here to tell you something which is principles, laws, truths, and all which you have to do. We are here to discuss something which is there for tomorrow. right now. So we have understood how the काफी सारे stories, incidents, facts, figures. We have gone through all these things. We have gone. We can do this a little later. We'll do it, complete it, right? So we are here to basically try and understand how should our progress be from now onwards, right? That's what I'm going to cover in a very short span of time, right? And we'll interact. Okay. Now, see, we talked about personality development, and we talked about what next. So I can understand all of you are there in your graduation, maybe final years, or maybe from different programs, BCom, BBA, BCA, BSc, and all. So the question is, what next? Correct? And also the question is personal development. Now, how do everybody tells कि आपको आपका पर्सनालिटी जो है डेवलप करना पड़ेगा, ये करना कर सकते हो आप, ऐसे करो, आप ऐसे कम्युनिकेशन डेवलप करो. But the end of the question same रह जाता है कि कैसे करूँ, what should I do? वो तो बोल नहीं रहा है. कब से start करूँ, कब end करूँ, what is the last point? How do I reach there? See, we'll talk something. Do we believe that we are Gen Z? Do you call it Gen Z? Now, each one of you know this Gen Z. Huh? Are you Gen Z? Huh? Gen Z, right? What is Gen Z basically?
Gen Z. It was from the start of 1997 and it started from 1997 and we to 2012.
Any characteristics of Gen Z which you can say? Any characteristics of Gen Z? Anybody? Modern in terms of what? Thinking, looks, appearance, what? Okay, social media, right? So we are now going into a little depth. We have to travel the journey with me. मेरे साथ आना है journey में. We cannot now stay at a macro level. We have to go to the micro level. So we are talking about something called brand you. Listen. Hold on. We will get the question papers and we will fill it up later. No worries about it. We're talking about brand you. Can any one of you give me an example of brand you? Example चाहिए. Situation define मत करना कि brand you क्या है. लेकिन कोई एक example. Simple, quick. One of you, a quick example. Brand you. Individual के बारे में सोचो. Brand you. Brand. Can you give me an example? Okay, see, the moment you hear a word, helicopter shot, what comes to your mind? See, this is what I mean by brand you. उनके पहले वो क्रिकेट में आने के पहले ऐसे बहुत लोग हो सकते हैं जो उनके जैसा वो शॉट खेलता होगा, टेनिस टूर्नामेंट में भी खेलता होगा, टेनिस में भी खेलता होगा, कहीं ना कहीं नॉर्मल ग्राउंड लोकल लेवल्स पे खेलते होंगे, लेकिन हमें शॉट के बारे में पता नहीं था. ओके. So हमें उस शॉट के बारे में पता नहीं था, ठीक है ना? Now he has made that shot as one of the brand across the globe. तो जैसे वो शॉट के बारे में हम सुनते हैं, we hear that it is available. I'll give you one more example. Let me see. Style icon. You know it. Huh? Style icon. Pick from South. Correct. It's Allu Arjun. See, that is how he has coined it. That is what I mean by brand you. Exactly आपको क्या करना होगा? Suppose ये session आप attend कर रहे हैं. Suppose some of you here may be a good cook. Some of you might have a bike and your nature is that on Saturdays or Sundays जब भी आपको टाइम मिलता है, आप कहीं ना कहीं जाते हो in very inferior places, वहाँ पे बच्चे को या लोगों को आप हेल्प करते हो, you are associated with the NGO and all. But ये चीज लोगों को कैसे पता चलेगा आपके बारे में? अगर मेरे को आपसे बात करने का मौका मिल रहा है, then only you will tell me and I will come to know about it, right? Otherwise तो मेरे को पता नहीं चलेगा. Write about it in blogs, and from the back, social media, create your own blogs, tag it with your handles, so that tomorrow when you are writing CAT exam or you are writing any other exam for any selection process, if I want to know more about you, Whatever you have written in the profile, I know your 10th class marks, your graduation marks, where you studied, what are your BCom, BSc, all the semester marks, everything that is written. I want to know more you as a character, as a personality. There I see some of your handles, your LinkedIn handle, some of your other handles, and then I go and try to see who you are, what you do. Correct? What happened मेरे को पता चला कि this lady is attached to these kind of work. She has contributed all these things. Correct? This guy has his own YouTube channel, and he talks about wherever he travels, उसके culture के बारे में. And there are so many people who follow, who look at travel करना चाहते हैं, they write to him, take his insights. Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about. Very quickly, brand new. We do not have much time that I can get into it in detail, but this is what we are talking about. Overall, अगर हम देखेंगे personality development. In personality development, we say that you have to develop your communication. Correct. Now see, we say start watching English news, start watching English movies, right? Now tell me, all of you are very good in Hindi, correct? You speak very well. At least minimum 300 words you know in Hindi, all of you, any individual sitting here, at least 300 words, right? 300 words you also know in English, yes or no? Tell me. If I talk about simple words, not jargon, me, we, here, there, likewise, अगर आपको एक पेपर दिया जाएगा, on spot within 10-15 minutes or 10 minutes you can write 300 to 400 English words. Now, these are two different languages. Say for example, I'll just give you an example, right? See, if I know the same set of words, अगर मेरे को 300 या 400 वर्ड इस लैंग्वेज में पता है और वो लैंग्वेज के ऊपर मेरी थॉरो कमांड है and I am able to express myself and I am confident on that language, then the other language I also know the same number of words, then I should be able to speak and I should have the same command. Correct? But I am not correct. That means my vocabulary or knowledge level, there is no problem because I know it's 300, it's equal. It is the thought process. At times, you start feeling that what you are speaking may not be correct. What will the other person sitting next to me will think about me that if I speak something wrong? Correct? That is something which needs to be overcome. See, what you speak in English and what he speaks in English, it is all the same. There is no much difference. But if you start thinking, कि अगर मैं इसके सामने बोलूंगा क्लास में और इसको पता चल जाएगा कि मेरे को उतना अच्छा इंग्लिश पता नहीं है, तो उसमें लॉस किसका है? It is your loss. You have to start talking in that language. If you do not start talking in that language, you only hear or you only see movies or watch it, news and all. It's not going to help you. You have to start speaking in that language, right? And then mostly, see, formal English you know, right? अगर आपको यहाँ पे बुलाया जाएगा और आप बात कोई script दिया जाएगा, you can read it, right? Only thing is when you are not given the script, but you have been asked here to talk, that is the time when you are facing the difficulty. Correct? The reason being, your thoughts at the back end is happening in a regional language. Right? Or maybe any other language. So for example, here it could be Hindi, where most of you आप सोच रहे हो हिंदी में और उसको word by word translate करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो इंग्लिश में. And there is a point when exact वो हिंदी word नहीं मिल रहा है, and that is where you are getting stuck, and that is where it is happening. That doesn't mean that you cannot speak English. That thought process has to get changed. The very easy way to do that is start talking in informal English. What I mean by that is, formal English आपको script दिया जाएगा class में, thank you, you're welcome, all of us can speak. Suppose when you're coming to the college today morning, suddenly a very kind of incident happened in the road, and you wanted to share that with her. College में आके आपका गाड़ी या जो भी जैसे आप आए वो रख के you want to call her and want to share. Start doing that. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Because, see, it's a human feel when you want to share something which is close to you and the excitement is there, you all would like to do that in our regional language. We generally will try to avoid, particularly specifically English language. Because उसमें ना वो feel emotions, वो feel वो नहीं आ पाएगा, correct? तो मान लो वही मैं कह रहा हूँ, आज के टाइम में सडनली आपके साथ बाइक में साइकिल की टक्कर हो जाए, कुछ ना कुछ वो इंटरेस्टिंग है, आप आगे इसको शेयर करना चाहोगे, that you start doing in English. इसलिए तो कोई good day, मोहरा कैसे जरूरत नहीं. You can start it from today, from now. The start point has to come. See what sir has been telling you, everybody tells you, faculty members, class के अंदर में. So that is something has to come. Tomorrow, if you have a group discussion, if you have an interview, overnight you cannot prepare. Can it happen that tomorrow morning you wake up and start talking in that language? It cannot happen. It has to be a regular 365 into 24 hours practice. Correct. So these are two things I want to compare because this is not a class where I can deep dive into personal development and all. Start working on your non-verbal communications. Correct. It's very important. People आप लोग बहुत इनको judge किया जाता है non-verbal communication. Right. So non-verbal communication के ऊपर भी थोड़ा focus करके start practicing it. Start practicing so that it gets. The second thing which I wanted to cover in the next 5 to 10 minutes is what next after your graduation, right? Just answer two of my questions. Can a BCom student do MTech? Can a BA History Honors student can do MSc Microbiology? Any reason why? Any reason why? Quickly respond. Whatever comes to your mind. But a BTech guy can do anything, right? Then a BCom guy, why is it not allowed? But generally, it is people don't think in that way, right? But see, a BBA student can do post-graduation in management. A BTech student can do post-graduation in management. A BSc Biotech student can do post-graduation in management. Correct? A BA Geography honors students can do post-graduation in management. Right? So post-graduation in management, there is as such no barrier that you should have any specific management graduation background. Correct? You are be given a liberty to come from any graduation background, even to an extensive BSc Nutrition, Leather Technology, BA Liberal Arts, and all those kind of programs. Now, why so? जब से ये post graduation program exist होता है, तभी से ये everybody can do a post graduation program coming from any field, graduation field. What could be the reason? Why is it so? Forget about it. Go back 30 years back, 40 years back, 50 years back. Why post graduation is in management is open for graduates, any graduate. Any reason? Okay. See, when जब कोई भी student post graduate management studies करते हैं या सोचते हैं, it is two objective. One is career enhancement or career progression. The other is career diversification. Correct. So, diversification, how do you do it? What is that word? You understand what I meant, right? Career diversification. Say, I'll give you an example. Suppose I'm a BTech guy. I'm working with Cognizant for 3 years, and now I want to come back for post graduation. And I can take IT or analytics and specialization, but I may take marketing or finance also. If I take marketing or finance, then it is a career diversification along with career enhancement. Right. So that is the reason any post-graduation management program allows students from any graduation background because it's a career progression and a career diversity. Now, the B is you have a lot of post-graduation options, but then those post-graduation options are limited to sectors. What I mean by that is, suppose in case you're doing higher studies in InCom or suppose CA and all those kind of stuff, right? It has a limitation with the finance, right? Wherein postgraduate across management studies, this particular students or this particular profiles can operate across any industry in the globe. They are required for every segment of companies and every segment of operations. You name a company, any company on the earth, they require people for finance, they require people for marketing, they require people for operations, they require people for IT, they require people for HR. The numbers could be up and down. Somewhere finance could be more, marketing could be less, HR could be less, somewhere HR could be more, marketing could be less. That depends on the nature, those business की और company की nature के ऊपर depend करता है. But profiles are required, and the demand is going up year on year. It is not coming down, right? The number of postgraduate students are required, and the number of currently available, there is a huge mismatch. That is the reason people are coming. And there is a huge growth because the growth is totally dependent on performance for service. If you perform, you go up the ladder. Correct? So think about all these things when you are deciding. जब आप लोग graduation के बाद decide करते हो कि हम post graduation करेंगे, किस चीज में करेंगे, you should have these kind of informations. Correct? कि post graduation management studies CAT लिखने के बाद, MAT लिखने के बाद, कोई भी एग्जाम लिखने के बाद जो business schools है, जैसे SSBAM से for example, ऐसे business school में जहाँ पे खाली post graduate management studies ही पढ़ाया जाता है. And वो सारे स्कूल से इतने सैलरी देके why do the corporates hire? You should ask this question कि अभी आप graduation final year में हो. Now say from now onwards 20 months or 24 months you are being hired by Deloitte with a salary of 17 lakhs, 14 lakhs. ऐसा क्या चेंज हो गया है इस इंसान के अंदर जिसकी वजह से 20 मंथ्स और 24 मंथ्स के बाद ये आदमी को एक कंपनी हायर कर रहा है with 14 or 17 lakhs. Nothing has changed. You didn't get into Deloitte because of the PGDM certificate. You got into Deloitte and Deloitte agreed to pay you 14 lakhs because your value or your worth is now 14 lakhs. You have started thinking, you have started looking at things in the way which makes you earn them. That transformation हुआ है आपका. वो transformation इस 20 months में वो business की जो journey है, उनकी program की जो architecture है, the way they are taught, the way other practical things happen, your way of decision making, looking at things has increased your value to that particular 14. That is the reason that company is giving offering you 14 lakhs. Correct. So with these thoughts, I leave it to all of you. Correct. Wish you all a great future ahead. Do well, study well. Right. Try to gather information as much as possible. For simple examples, say for example, you might be seeing Kia cars on road. Recently, post-COVID, you may see more numbers. Correct. Can any one of you tell me from where Kia is? Is it an Indian company or from which country? Do any one of you have any other answer? I'm not saying whether South Korea is correct or wrong. I don't know. I'll give the answer. But do any one of you feel that it is any other country? Yeah. But all of you have seen Kia cars, right? Yes or no? Anybody here who has never seen a Kia car? Maybe wherever you have gone in last 2 years, or at least have not even heard about Kia car. No, right? Everybody of us sitting in this hall, right? Now, do you feel that somebody will come? कोई आके आपको बताएगा ये चीज? No. You have seen lot of times. It is your initiation to find out is it an Indian company? Is it come from outside or not? There cannot be a book which man can prescribe कि आप जाके ये book library से ले लो. दुकान से ले लो जिसमें सारे चीजें लिखा हुआ है. See, I ask a very small thing, it's not a rocket science, which you are witnessing every day, probably every week. Correct. But it is your job to push yourself and try to get this information. Nobody will come to ask you information up to 9. And for your kind information, it is the answer is absolutely correct. It is South Korea. Can you tell me the name of the city? It's Seoul. It's here. Tell me any other brand, automobile brand which is also from South Korea? is basically Hyundai because Kia is a sister concern of Hyundai. So these are small things. Suppose we use a shampoo, Pantene, Dove. What is Dove? Is it a product name? Is it a brand name? Nobody will come and tell us. As management aspirants, if you want to be a management aspirant, start thinking and behaving from today. Not from the day when you enroll yourself in a business school. Don't wait for that. Correct? Na? That's the learning, that's the development which has to happen as an individual. So that you get into that league. That is what the differentiator between you and some other person. Once again, wish you all the best and thanks to all of you, sir, for giving us this opportunity to talk. Thank you.
We cannot build future for you, but we can build you for your future. Thank you so much, sir. Finally, repeating it once again. We cannot build future for our youth. We cannot build our future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. Moving ahead with the closing ceremony of this program, now with the memento distribution, for token of appreciation to present our chief guest, I would like to request all our dignitaries, Honorable Principal Sir, to please honor memento to our respected dignitaries.
A career preparedness questionnaire, okay, is for you people to think how prepared yourself, especially the students of undergraduate, not the postgraduate. Even for postgraduate also, you can think of. There are 4 sections in that. The first part is talking all about your career awareness. After your graduation or post-graduation, in case you wanted to go for a job, then how well you are prepared if you are able to find answers for these questions. There are questions like, what are your top 3 career goals? Somebody would say that I wanted to be an accountant. Somebody would say that I wanted to be a manager. Somebody would say that I want to earn a lot of money. There are people who don't have any answer to this question also. They just go by the float of it, they just go by the whatever the things that are coming in their way. But that should not be the way. You should think of after your studies what you wanted to do. You should plan well in advance. Then the next question is what industries or sectors you are interested in. Somebody may say that I am interested in banking. Somebody would say that I am interested in data science. Somebody would say that I am interested in marketing. So again, in that marketing, which company? Is it an IT company or pharmaceutical or electronics? So you have to be very clear on that. Suppose if you have not prepared well on this now, at least start thinking on these lines so that you can build your career properly. The second section is all about skill development. As a student, you have to acquire knowledge, you have to have the skills that's required, you should have the right attitude and good habits. Now, the second section is all about what kind of technical skills you have. We normally think technical skills means it's related to engineering and XYZ. That's wrong notion that we are carrying. Your technical skills, as a commerce student, your technical skills is your accountancy skills. Maybe you are, learning in the accounting courses. So whatever knowledge or your ability to write journal entries, preparation of the balance sheet, preparation of the financial statements, preparation of the cash flow statements, funds flow statement, analysis of the financial statements, all would come under technical skills. So please don't think that technical boleto or engineering sir. ऐसा मत सोचना, right? Like that there are, questions. The next one is about communication skills. Communication again, don't think that it is only communicating in English. It need not be. Now, that you are comfortable, you should be in a position to communicate what knowledge you have. And unfortunately, we are in a country where it's a very diverse in nature. In a sense, आप साउथ जाए तो एक लैंग्वेज है, नॉर्थ आए तो दूसरा और दूसरा स्टेट जाए तो और एक लैंग्वेज हो. And since we are having different languages and all, we have different mother tongues, different bhasha hota hai. Finally, for us to communicate and other people to understand, the Britishers have left us one language, English. It is not our mother tongue, but still, for all our professional activities, we have to have that basic English. It need not be, very flowery, rosy, hi-fi kind of a thing. As long as you are able to communicate, that's it. Right. So you should have that communication skills that's required, wherein you can do things better. Like that, there are some questions in that section too. You please think and then find answers for those questions. Similarly, networking and professional development. And सर ने बोला वो आपका प्रोफाइल LinkedIn में, blogs में, Facebook में, right? So actually it's a great platform, and then सर ने भी Generation Z को बात लाया, right? Discussion में. You are all belongs to Generation Z. We belongs to Generation X. And then you are blessed with the technology. You are born in the era where internet has become integral part of your life. So thereby, today you are posting your progression in the Snapchat, right? Insta, Facebook, and LinkedIn. But if you are active in LinkedIn, that helps you to develop a professional network. Sir, after students like own manager, there is no such kind of a restriction. Student, faculty, teacher, no. Anybody can post professional content. Thereby, your visibility, brand new people are there. So people will identify what you are by looking into the kind of postings you are making. And this LinkedIn will help you also to develop a good network. Okay. And in your own class, in your own environment, in your own community, आपको network build करना है. In the sense, your people should interact, should talk, and then develop the good rapport. That's going to help you in the long run. Okay. Then job search preparation. In case you are planning to go for a job, then where, how you have to search. These all related questions are there. All of you fill this form and keep it with you, and then whenever you feel that there is a need, by finding these answers for these questions, आपका job preparation होगा. In case you want to go for higher studies, there also you can use a similar kind of a paper wherein in case you are planning to be a manager, I think your principles are like, irrespective of it, people should have the management skills. And then for that, you have to do a course. So where you have to do how, what kind of information, then your networks will also help you to get the necessary information. For all those purposes also you can use this question. With this, I wish you all the best. God bless you all.
As we have a tradition of Atithi Deva Bhava, with this, for the token of appreciation and memento distribution, I would humbly request our honorable principal sir. तो एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ हमारा एक छोटा टोकन ऑफ एप्रिसिएशन हमारे सभी डिग्निटरीज के लिए। इनका कंट्रीब्यूशन आज के इस प्रोग्राम पर एक करियर गाइडेंस देकर हम सभी के जीवन को, हम सभी के लक्ष्य को एकाग्रित कर एक डायरेक्शन में हमको अपने गोल को अचीव करने के लिए हमेशा अपॉर्चुनिटीज प्रोवाइड करेगा। And we feel so blessed and pleasure to have your presence over here, sir. आपकी तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट में कभी नहीं दिखाई देना चाहिए। जोरदार तालियों से स्वागत कीजिए हमारे अतिथि का। We feel so blessed and lucky to have you mesmerizing presence over here, sir. And for long term, we always appreciate your work. The foundation of every state is the education of its youth. With this line, now I request Dean of Department of Commerce and Management, Mr. Rakesh Singh sir, for vote of thanks.
आज का जो सेशन है, इस सेशन पर मंच पर बैठे हुए शिवानी इंस्टीट्यूट के डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर एस.वी. रमन्ना राव सर, ए बनर्जी सर, आपका पूरे महाविद्यालय परिवार की ओर से पुनः स्वागत करता हूँ, वंदन करता हूँ। एक बार जोरदार तालियों से सभी छात्र-छात्राएं अभिनंदन करेंगे। आज का जो सेशन था, निश्चित ही सेशन में हम सभी को इसका लाभ प्राप्त हुआ होगा और सभी छात्र छात्राओं को उम्मीद करता हूं कि इस आज के इस सेशन का बहुत ही लाभ मिलेगा। और आज का जो ये सेशन था, जिसमें मुख्य स्पीकर के रूप में एस.वी. रमन्ना राव सर अपना मार्गदर्शन गाइडेंस दिए हैं और उनके लिए मैं तहे दिल से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, धन्यवाद प्रेषित करता हूं। और उनके साथ में आए हुए असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर ए बनर्जी सर, जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छा टेक्निकल सेक्शन को भी संभाला और आप सभी को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से संवाद रूप में बताया। आज का जो सेशन था कि अपनी महत्वाकांक्षाओं को सफलता की प्रेरणा में हम कैसे ले जा सकते हैं, उसको अपने प्रोफेशनल लैंग्वेज में उन्होंने बताया और इसका सीधा संवाद का लाभ हमारे प्रत्येक छात्र छात्राओं को मिला होगा। आज के इस सेशन में हमारे महाविद्यालय के छात्र छात्राओं के अतिरिक्त अन्य महाविद्यालय सरगुजा संभाग के 5 बड़े महाविद्यालय के छात्र छात्राएं और वहां के प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर ए.के. गौर, एचओडी ऑफ कॉमर्स, राजीव गांधी पीजी कॉलेज, डॉक्टर आनंद तिवारी सर, डॉक्टर सुमित कुमार डे सर, डॉक्टर विनोद कुमार साहू सर, जो अपने साथ साथ अपने महाविद्यालय के छात्र छात्राओं को इस सेशन में रजिस्टर्ड किए हैं और सेशन अटेंड किए हैं, उन्हें भी मैं आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। और इस सेशन को संपन्न कराने के लिए फेयर गाइडेंस देने के लिए हमारे प्राचार्य महोदय का मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ, जिन्होंने समय समय पर हमें ऐसे कार्यक्रम करने के लिए और उसको सफल बनाने के लिए हमेशा गाइडेंस दिए हैं। और मैं इस सेशन में जितने भी प्रत्यक्ष अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संपन्न कंप्लीट करने में इन्होंने हेल्प की है, सहायता की है, टेक्निकल सेशन में सभी को धन्यवाद और आभार प्रस्तुत करता हूँ। और इस आशा के साथ एक लाइन अंत में मैं यहाँ पर संदेश के रूप में बोलना चाहूंगा कि जब मैं सर यहाँ पर सेशन स्टार्ट करवाने वाला था तो बच्चों से जब बात हो रही थी और बच्चों का ये डिमांड है, नेक्स्ट सेशन जब हम दिसंबर के बाद यहाँ पर मिलेंगे एक मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर के साथ और बड़े ग्राउंड में मिलेंगे, स्टेज में मिलेंगे, तो सर रमन्ना सर से निवेदन है कि सर नेक्स्ट सेशन में आप मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर के साथ कॉलेज में आए और बच्चों को एक फिर से नया सेशन दें। और पेशगी समय देने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir, for your devoting words. मैं आशा करती हूँ कि आज का यह कार्यक्रम हम सभी के लिए अद्भुत ज्ञान एवं ऊर्जा से भरा होगा और आगे भी इसी प्रकार के कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से हम सभी का विकास होता रहेगा। धन्यवाद।
Thank you everyone for attending the seminar. Hope it will be beneficial for you. Regards. अच्छा देख अच्छी मेरे को लगा वो तो सब काम अच्छे से कर रही हो गया ना मैम कट कर दो ना सेकंड वाले सर को ज्यादा उनका लंबा भी था लाइट की वजह से प्रेजेंट नहीं कर पाए